Hey, so I'm listening to this audiobook. It's about dopamine, and that's, sometimes called the pleasure hormone or the pleasure chemical in your brain. And I've learned something that really relates to having to do with your eating and with cravings and such. So apparently, in your brain, the system that controls your wanting something and the system that controls your having something are two different systems. Actually, they gave a real example in the book of a man who's been on a diet, and he passes by this restaurant. They're making hamburgers on the grill, and he smells the burgers, and he thinks, oh, I really want a burger. Really has a very strong desire for one. He's not hungry, but he has this desire to eat a burger. So he goes in and he orders it, and he's eating it. And as he's eating it, he realizes now that he has it, it's not that good, and it just doesn't mean as much to him as it did when he was wanting it. And what this helped me to understand, I'm one of those people that if I can understand the reasoning behind something, that it helps me to deal with it better. So if I have a craving for something, now I understand that my brain was created to desire things that are good for my, keeping on living, like food. and if it tastes good, even more so. But the thing is that those desires are not necessarily controlled by whether there's a need for it or not. The book gave another example. It said, little old lady had like thousands of rolls of toilet paper. Thought this was particularly amusing considering, 2020 and toilet paper. And she would always buy toilet paper because she knew this was something you could always use. You could never have too much of it. That was how she felt about it. When she saw it, she wanted to buy it because it's something you could always use, right? Now, in a way that was just as sort of silly as the man getting the burger when he wasn't hungry. I mean, you need to put reasoning with your desires. But that's the whole thing for me now, is the next time I have a craving for something, I need to stop and say, wait a minute. And this is, this goes back to the stop, challenge, choose process that I've talked about. We need to put logical, practical, reasonable thinking with our desires, okay? So something in our brain is going, oh, I really, really want that. Oh, have you ever really wanted to buy something? I mean, maybe something expensive, maybe a new house, a new car, something like that, a large purchase. And then after you get it, you feel, oh my gosh, I just spent all this money. Did I make a mistake? Well, no, what's happening is the part of your brain that wanted it, that kind of got off on the, wow, I'm finally going to get this thing I wanted. That part of your brain is separate from the part that now has the thing. And the reason, sometimes we experience what's called buyer's remorse. Actually, what it is it's not that, oh, did I make a mistake or anything? No, it's that there's an absence now of those chemicals that were there when you were anticipating and wanting that thing and in the process of getting it. And you recognize that absence and you interpret it as, oh gosh, did I just make a big expensive mistake? So anyway, oh God, there's so much to say on this topic. I'll put a link to the book in the post. But for me, it helps me because Sometimes things in our minds seem so real, and I must be feeling this way for a reason. There's got to be a reason. Sometimes it's not a helpful reason, you know? And for me to be able to say to myself, okay, I just saw the incredible picture of the hot fudge sundae at Dairy Queen. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I really feel like I would love to eat that. Oh, I remember the last time I had one. Actually, I don't, but just make believe with me. I can say, wait a minute. You know what? I'm not hungry. In all reality, it's not going to be fun to eat one if I don't feel like I want it. And really, when it comes right down to it, I mean, when I first see that picture, I think, oh, yay, hot fudge sundae, get it. But I don't really want it. That's the kind of thinking that I need to use with other kinds of temptations for other foods or whatever. You know, it's to stop, step back, or take a breath and think, is this really what I want? Is this something I need? Is this really going to make me feel good? Is this going to help me accomplish my long-term goals? No. Okay. I make a choice. Hopefully I make the right choice to avoid the thing that is sort of like a figment of my imagination. Oh, I want that. And to be reasonable and say, yeah, I feel like I want it, but I don't need it, so I'm going to give it a miss this time. So maybe this might help you too when you're trying to think through things and deal with temptations. It was a real eye-opener for me to realize the wanting part, the anticipating part, the thinking about it part is totally different from the part of your brain after you get it. After you get it, all the excitement of the having wanted it and craved it and, oh, you're getting it, all that's gone. So, you know, if you do eat something or buy something or get something or do something, let it be something that really is good, that will help take you towards your long-term goals in life.